technology-based, people-friendly, and efficient. This isn't new. We all know this needs to happen. What is new is that I want to bring my experience from the private sector and the public sector to help make this happen. My service, especially as chairman of the park board, has given me insight into city operations, their strengths and needs, and how to affect change and effectively work as a team. I will put Galveston citizens and businesses first. I have no other agenda than the betterment of the city. I owe no person or special interest. Experience and effective leadership is needed. I have that experience. I have been that leader, and I have made the commitment to do this job.
Thank you, Jerry Kinnear, District 5, and now Bill Quiroga, District 5.
Gee, this all sounds great, doesn't it? But it's not going to happen until you fix City Hall. It's broke. Poor management. Just look at everything that's been happening in the last couple of months. Scandals. We've had barbecue scandals. We have overtime scandals, just to name a few. It needs to be cleaned up before any of these things that the candidates are mentioning, before we go forward. That's the first thing that needs to be done. Now, as far as why I should be the choice in District 5, as I explained, I work for major corporations. I have the knowledge, experience, and the education to lead some of the people that may need expertise, what I have learned over the last 40 years, to give to the staff. The staff, in my opinion, it's broke. One of the things that I would do once elected is I would go to the city manager and say, hey, we need to clean shop. And I really believe we do, because some of the decisions that's being made should be made. So I appreciate your vote. I'm number 2 on the ballot. Thank you.
Thank you. Now the mayor, starting with Mr. Ruth, Greg Ruth, candidate for mayor.
George, thank you for hosting, and I'd like to thank Gain for hosting this forum again. It was very, very informative for me to listen to my opponents, and thank you for engaging in the debate with me today. I want to address one thing. There is something worse than a mother and their child being homeless, and that is their children's children being homeless. If we put people back into public housing projects in this island, you are condemning them to a cycle of poverty that goes on generation after generation. We cannot do that, and one of the things that I will do as mayor is I will make sure that we deconcentrate public housing so that that mother and the child that Mr. Woods speaks of can have an opportunity to have a good home and a good education. I am a teacher. I've been teaching for 18 years. I want to do that for my city. Sometimes it's not easy, sometimes it's not popular, but that is what we have to do if we want to break a culture of poverty as we progress into future generations. I'd like to do that as your mayor. To wrap up a couple of things, one of the things I think that a mayor has to do is I think you can see that there are a lot of different opinions. People disagree on things like high-rises and public housing. But in the end, one of the things I think a mayor has to do is not just run a good meeting and not just try to be civil at a meeting, but we have to try to be civil to each other after the meeting. And we have to know that when we disagree, that it's not personal. There's no cop-outs. There's no, I was looking for something different than you. I think that we just have a diversity of opinions here, and a mayor has to respect those and to try to keep a council together that can communicate with each other. And I think I could do that as mayor. I'd like to do that. To wrap up with a couple things, I don't like parking meters on the seawall. If I'm your mayor, I will not allow them to happen. The last thing I'd like to leave you with, again, I think this is the most important thing. Proposition 2, Proposition 11. Please vote against them. We have to keep City Council on a 2-year cycle so that they report to you, and if you don't like what they're doing, you can take us out, and that includes the mayor. Please vote against Proposition 11. We do not need to blow the tax cap. Let's keep a cap on our taxes and a cap on debt to protect your home from excess taxation. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Lewis Rosen.
Thank everybody for coming. Thank you, George. Thank you, Bill. The public housing project as proposed by the Galveston Housing Authority and the current mayor is flawed. The plan does not meet HUD's own guidelines You do not build public housing in disaster-prone areas where there are no job growth. As your mayor, the first thing I will do is I will ask all the present Galveston Housing Authority commissioners for their resignation. If that doesn't work, on June 30th, I will be appointing 3 of the 5 commissioners. And the people I appoint will take a fresh, new approach to public housing. Working with council, we will work with the city manager to prioritize infrastructure repairs and to see it that each phase is completed. I will work with the city council and the city manager to make the zoning, permitting, and the planning process user-friendly. I am committed to increasing our tax base. We will declare former public housing property surplus and sell it to private developers. It will go on the tax rolls. The developers will determine what to build given the city's zoning, permitting, and planning codes. I am not accepting any contributions that in any way could be interpreted as a conflict of interest with the business of this city. To date, I have been endorsed by the Tavern Owners Association, Galveston Pro-Business PAC, the Galveston Police Officers Association, and the Galveston Firefighters Association. I don't owe anybody anything. I'm not afraid of anyone or any organization that is not doing the right thing for this city. I am fair and I will lead with common sense. I have a proven track record of building consensus. I am listening now and I will continue to do so. I'm running for mayor because I have the time, skills, and I'm running out of time. I want your vote. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And now, Bo Rollins.
Unfortunately, I haven't been endorsed by anybody except for my wife and my team. And I will be real honest with you, endorsements equal being owned. And so I'm not too unhappy about that at the moment. I screwed up tonight. I want to say that. I tried to memorize for the very first time in these debates and forum what I was going to say. And that's awkward. And I'm not going to do it again. So I'll speak from the heart like I have before in the past. It's where I'm most comfortable because I don't have to memorize anything. It's in my heart. What I'm most concerned about is this. My concern is that we continue on the path with the current mayor. What mayor are we going to get? Which face is going to show up? Is it the face of many promises that aren't fulfilled? Is it the face of 1,100 public housing units with a line drawn in the sand that says this way or the highway? Is it the transition into saying, my gosh, I'm not going to be reelected if I stand this strong and I'm this stubborn, so maybe I need to back off a little bit. Maybe I need to say it's okay if we do a few vouchers. Oh, that'll work. As of last week, Galveston Housing Authority says, vouchers can work. We can do 179 of them, actually. Maybe that'll quell the politics of Galveston, as he said. They're not quelled. We have a job to do. We have a job to do as citizens. We have a job to do as a community. And that job is this. Take your island back. Take your government back. Be in control as citizens, as a community. Don't allow us to screw it up. You direct us. We don't direct you. I'm here to listen. I'm number 1 on the ballot. Very easy. Bo Rollins, May 12th, coming up soon. Get me elected.
Thank you. And now Mayor Jaworski.
2 minutes just didn't long enough, but here, let's make a deal. I'm going to go over a couple of things that I'm real proud about over the last 2 years, and then let's talk a little bit about where we're going. Let's see if we can find a little time for public housing, too. You know, the seawall parking vote was a big deal. The fact that the GLO killed the deal with our contractor is probably a good thing because we would have killed it ourselves. Don't give up, folks. Remember, the whole point about the seawall parking vote was that we wanted to find the one income stream the state allows us to collect so that we can have a prettier, better seawall, and we're going to get it. So we're not giving up, and I hope you won't either, because we're just about to have a plan that's going to work. You know, I heard some of the candidates talk about corruption in City Hall. Well, hey man, where were you when I was sitting there with a few of my colleagues with the bright lights and the people glaring at me when we had to change out the city manager? Let me tell you what, that was true grit. because the whole place was filled with his friends and supporters, and they were giving us bad looks. But nevertheless, we did what we had to do, and it was one of the hardest things I have ever had to do as a man, okay? To actually look at a guy whose wife is sick and tell him it's over. Remember, you can't talk about that. You have to be in it. I want you to put yourself in that position and ask, what do these candidates have that you haven't seen with this mayor right there at City Hall? I created the clean team with my colleagues on City Council, and we've picked up over 1 million pounds of litter. We are changing the culture of dirty Galveston. And what I'd like to do in a second term, folks, is take it one step further. We need to expand our tax base so that we don't have so much land off the tax rolls. We need to clean our broken curbs and sidewalks and the dilapidated homes, and we can do it now with our Chapter 54 city attorney that we've hired, and I bet we hire a second one. And we need to fight blight. Guys, we're on it. As far as public housing goes, remember this. The housing authority I appointed changed the rules. Now you got to work 30 hours a week. So this talk about welfare and all that simply isn't true. I want you to read the period piece that you're going to see in the newspaper real soon. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. I'm asking for your vote, Joe Jaworski.
Thank you. Thank all of you. This is the best lineup of candidates I've seen since I've been here. Really, really great. Go ahead, give them a hand. Give them a big hand. They were all at the top of their game tonight. It's going to be tough, but really think about it. This is the last game for them, and we do this so you can hear them as I do on my radio hour electric theater, where I interview them and they get anywhere from 20 to 45 minutes to talk in depth, at length about things. Thank you for coming to see our little reality show, Extreme Makeover, maybe, huh? Good night. Go out and meet your public.